Hey guys, Sammy here, Blue Feather Homestead. Welcome back. Today is the day after Halloween, and yesterday I made a buffalo chicken chili recipe, and it's just a dump in a crock pot type of recipe. I knew that we weren't going to have a whole lot of time yesterday in between all of the functions and things that we had going on. I just wanted to have something, you know, that we could just grab a bowl and go. So I made this chili recipe. I filmed it yesterday and I'm going to show it to you on this video today. But anyway, it was delicious and we had a little bit of leftovers, so we're gonna have reruns today, but I'm going to make a dessert in the crock pot and I wanted to bring you along for that. So this takes just 2 cans of apple pie filling, and then this is cinnamon swirl, this is crumb cake mix. I know that in the past I made a recipe on like dump cake and you use just like a vanilla cake box mix or whatever. Well, I thought I would give this a try. This is a crumb cake mix. I'm just going to put the mix on top and then I'll put the crumb on after it's cooked for 2 hours. But it takes 1, 2, 3 ingredients to make this dessert, and I wanted to show you how I do it. I'm going to start with 3 chicken breasts. This is still a little bit frozen here. I'm just cutting this chicken into chunks, bite-sized chunks. You can cook this in your slow cooker. You can put the whole chicken breast in there, all 3 of them. I just prefer to do it this way, to have bite-sized chunks rather than have it shredded, because when you put, you know, the whole chicken breast in the crock pot and let it cook, then you'll take that chicken out when it's cooked and you can shred it. If you prefer it shredded, then go ahead and do it that way, but we just kind of prefer to have them bite-sized chunks. So the most expensive thing in this crock pot meal is going to be the chicken, and that was about $10 for 4 really good sized chicken breasts. And I think I used 3 whole chicken breasts. So now I'm going to go ahead and pour in the chicken broth, and it calls for, I will post the recipe down in the description below, but I'm putting this whole carton of chicken broth. It calls for 2 cups, but I believe this is probably about 3 cups. Okay, now for the seasoning, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of chili powder. If you have a packet of chili, by all means, you can just throw that in there. I found a packet of chili powder for 33 cents. I bought it for this recipe and I cannot find it. So 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin. I really love cumin. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. About a half a teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to dump in a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, drained white beans. I've got some northern beans here, just 1 can. 1 can of drained corn, which is optional. Sometimes I put corn in it, sometimes I don't. And I'm also going to add a small can of green chilies, which is also optional. But we do love the green chilies. We like it a little bit spicier too. Not that the green chilies will make it a whole lot spicier. Just gonna give this a nice stir here. I'm gonna cook this on high for maybe 3 or 4 hours or so. And then I will add my cream cheese and I'll turn it down to low and cook it for a couple more hours. I just about forgot the Red Hot Wings Frank's sauce, okay? Can't forget this in your chicken chili. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Now you're gonna use about 3/4 of a cup, but you have to have this for your buffalo chicken chili. There we go. Now we'll give it another stir. And we will crank up that crock pot on high and let her cook. Okay, our chili has cooked on high for probably about 3 or 4 hours now. And it just smells absolutely fantastic. And the chicken looks done. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cream cheese in. It just calls for 1 block of cream cheese. I'm not picking sides here or anything, but Philadelphia cream cheese seems to be a little bit smoother than the other cream cheeses, so that's what I use for these soups. Okay, so I have that on low, and I'm going to go ahead and shut this back up and let it melt, and I'll come back and stir it in. I've already sprayed out the crock pot, which means I've just pretty much put oil, sprayed oil in it. I'm gonna dump the apple pie filling mix just right in here, 2 cans of it. Trying to get it all. Good grief, that smells great already. Just spread that out evenly in the bottom of the crock pot. Okay, so here's the crumb mix that I'm going to put on top of it after it cooks, and here is the cake mix. I'm just going to spread that evenly over the top of the apples. That seems like a lot, but I'm sure it'll be just perfect. And now we're going to pour a whole stick of melted butter on the top of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cover that, and I'm going to cook it on high for 2 hours. And that's about how long I'll be gone today. All right, so we have eaten dinner. Dessert time. This has been cooking for 2 hours. Oh, this looks wonderful. Now we're just going to sprinkle the topping mix here, and it'll be ready to eat. Looks really good. I'm going to spread this topping around just a little bit here. I think I'm going to cover this up and let it cook for maybe about 30 more minutes or so on high. And there is the beautiful cobbler topped with some vanilla ice cream. And I also put like a little bit of cinnamon and sugar on top of that ice cream. Oh, that looks so good. I am totally making this stuff for Thanksgiving. Any family members watching tonight, this stuff's coming with me on Thanksgiving. So good.